All right, hello Shanghai. My name is Radio. I'm here with my partner Win.
Hi everyone.
We are here at VAS Livehouse in Shanghai, China, and we are joined by APlaceToBuryStrangers. Hello boys, how are you doing?
There.
And ladies.
Thank you.
Hello
hey, what's
guys.
up? Hey, how you doing?
Yo, what's up?
First, can you guys please introduce yourselves?
Nope.
My name is Sandra.
I am Oliver.
I'm John.
We're APlaceToBuryStrangers.
Amazing, amazing. So this is not your first time in China. Can you tell us
No.
about some of the previous times you've been here?
Yeah, we were here in 2018 and played some crazy shows. We were here before then. I was in Shenzhen just on my own one time and played this show and did this presentation with this other company I have, Death by Audio, which builds like effects pedals and stuff. And yeah, that was sick too.
Talking about
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
Here's one of
There
them.
you go. Look at that. Look at that
What is
gem.
this one? Echo Master.
The Echo Master. It is the best vocal pedal, hands down, and will transform your voice into the sound of 1,000 angels being crushed into the demons of hell.
Great commercial. Love it, love it, love it. You've been categorized as the loudest band in New York. Do you find this this title to be like a good thing, or is it difficult to live up to that expectation?
It sounds pretty stupid to me to be like loudest band, but we just like to play really loud. And so it's like, for me, I want to be able to feel the music. And like, I want to go to a show and just have my head blasted off by whatever's going on, if it's that kind of show. And so we're playing music which, you know, overtakes the body, demands your attention, and completely transforms your world and transcends you to someplace else. But that's this type of music, you know.
And it's also pretty easy to be the loudest band in New York.
I think people also sometimes confuse loudness with being able to immerse yourself in sound. It's like just like 360 experience when you come to an APlaceToBuryStrangers concert. So.
And we have sounds that sound loud as well. Like, we generate sounds like feedback and extreme distortion and these waves of sound and stuff. So it even sounds louder than it is. And we also, even on this tour, we blew up this amp at this venue. It melted and smoked, and there was all this smoke coming out of it. It's kind of terrifying.
That's pretty awesome that your band can do that. The power of music, right?
There you go. Yeah, literally. Yep.
So you guys have produced many albums, all the way back from your self-titled album, APlaceToBuryStrangers, to your 2022 album. Can you tell me? You've also released a lot of EPs, mixes, remixes. What's kind of the difference? Like, how do you know when to release a song as an EP versus waiting for like a full album?
I don't know. It's kind of just like, what do you feel like you want to work on, and what are you kind of doing at the time? I think, you know, I like to sort of like have albums that sort of encapsulate like a time frame of the things that you're kind of working on, or an EP. And so there's just a point when you're like, oh, this is really strong and this kind of goes together and makes sense, and also is like documenting sort of like a time period of what's happening. And you know, that just kind of happens. You know, we're always kind of writing new music, and so you're sort of always kind of working towards something, and sometimes you write a lot and sometimes not.
I agree.
Well done.
Well done. You got it. So you've released some EPs as early as this last year. I mean, even as early as like last month or something. So are you working on a full album to be released soon, or are you gonna maybe put all these songs together?
Yeah, we have an album that's coming out in October, and it's actually has the cover of the album. You can build it into a synthesizer. And so it's this, if you put all the parts on and build it, it's freaking crazy looking and was really intense and hard to do. But also, we've used that exact synthesizer that anyone can build and recorded tracks on every single song on the album with that synthesizer.
That's amazing. What's this album called?
Synthesizer.
It's Synthesizer. Okay. And that's another thing, you know, I've noticed that between your band, your guitar pedal company, all your songs, how do you come up with some of these names, especially for the pedals? They seem so creative. Is it like a collaborative effort, or do you like lie awake at night and it just occurs to you.
Honestly, like this stuff almost writes itself. It's like, it's sort of, I always thought like I went to school for industrial design. And so you build things like with intention, like a chair to function as holds the body the best it possibly can. And then the design kind of like works into that, and it's how that relates. So these names are like what describes what's happening with the effect that you're doing. So, you just kind of like play around with what's the function of this thing, and then also what sounds cool as shit. Yeah. And it makes you want to play guitar.
And just put it together, bam, new pedal. Oliver, I want to ask you, what did guitars do to you to make you abuse them so? Is it just like your kind of sonic youth
it was like
soul
back in the day,
or?
I was playing bass. John and I had this band called Skywave, and I was playing bass in the band, and I would buy all of these like just really cheap basses because I'd end up accidentally like swinging it around, and then it would break the headstock off or something. And then so I just kind of got used to using the cheapest piece of crap that barely worked at all, held together with tape. And then you kind of get really excited with the music and so thrilled, and you get worked up. And so these things break and you want to break them. And it's, I bought it so I can break it.
I want to add to that. I think still a lot of people don't know that whenever Oliver breaks a guitar, he puts it back together.
Yeah.
So none of the pieces are just like, it's not that it just got thrown away. We really collect every single tiny piece on stage, and he's the best wood glue customer on planet Earth. So, he really values what he has. It's not just like throwing it away or something. Just wanted to
Thank you so much. No, that's great. That's great. That's great. Yeah, totally. Awesome. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's really amazing just to glue the guitar back together, use it the next day, play it again.
And it still sounds awesome. So that's like one of his traits too,
I kind of want to ask you guys, because I just became aware that you guys are also in Ceremony East Coast, so tell us about this project.
I guess we're, what do we?
Your opening.
Yeah, we're the opening band on this tour. Yeah. And like Oliver said before, we used to be in a band together, so we both like the same kind of music, and we both try to go the same way with music, and just like writing pop songs that are like completely fucked up and distorted, and like with fast and anything.
You did well.
Yeah.
What do you guys feel like is your most accomplished album? You've been making albums since 2005, or at least the ones that are online that we can see.
Yeah.
What do you feel like is your biggest accomplishment?
I guess the first one we worked together because it was there was nobody but us to I guess ask or talk to about these songs. Like, so it was like we didn't have any other bandmates to work with or anything, so it was just like if we liked it, it went on the album. And it was like and it was so much fun, and it was so easy to record. So yeah, that was the first one, Ceremony East Coast, with our two faces on it.
Oh yeah, that's your self-titled album, the original. Okay,
Yeah.
Amazing. I also want to ask you about this kind of DIY mentality, from opening your own venue to making your own guitar pedals, instruments, all these kinds of things. What do you have to say? What do you have to say to the DIY community out there?
I think that, it's really like there's something really pure about creating the art yourself. And so it's kind of just, I don't know, there's something where you're like getting like the whole complete picture of inside of someone's mind or inside of their brain, or it comes from this person. And back in the day, there was nobody who would work with us. So you had to do these kinds of things and then create them. And if nobody wants to do it, then I think you got to do it yourself. And that's what DIY is about. If nobody, will help you with these things, then you create it. And then so in that, you start to be able to like, you're your own artist, you're your own, you become a recording engineer, you become aware of all these elements. Like you even see what it's like playing at a live show, what goes into a venue, what's it like for all these things. And then those can be like, use to create experiences that I think are fucking awesome. And those experiences, change my life and stuff. So seeing artists manipulate those spaces and stuff is just awesome. And I think it's kind of cool, and it gives you even the sort of boldness to either be stupid enough to dive into these things or ask someone like, hey, turn off these lights and turn on these other lights or something for a gallery show or whatever.
Amazing. I mean, and you're talking about like playing in a lot of different places. As far as venues are concerned, what is your kind of favorite place to play? Are you more of like a under the bridge kind of musician,
Sure.
or would you rather be on the kind of festival stage? Like, what's your preference?
I don't know. I think just in a place where like people are excited, but I always, I'm like a person who doesn't look to the past. I'm always looking to be like, where are we at right now? And that's like exciting and thrilling. I love to play live shows, so I want to play wherever it is. If it's under a bridge in someone's basement, on a roof, like those have other thrilling, exciting things. Or you're standing there and you're playing and the police are right next to you, like that's awesome and stuff. But that adds extra elements and can be exciting. Or it's raining outside and you're getting shocked or something like that. That's cool too. But I love playing live, so wherever I'm at, that's my favorite place.
I'm wondering, you guys play here in China, like what's the energy, like crowd's energy compared to the, other parts, like other places you guys played before?
It always depends. I feel like in, some of, sometimes people don't know what to think, when they see our band. And so, you sometimes have to like push them to kind of get a little bit crazy, but I think the energy's great. I love it.
Yeah, it always starts off very like where everyone's just staring at us, and then by the end of the night they're going crazy and they're having a really good time.
That's amazing.
I think they realize that it's okay to be a part of the show.
Yeah, to enjoy it, huh?
I think it also depends more, or like each place is different. For me personally, it doesn't really have to do with like which country we play in. It's more like each city, each venue has its own vibe. So also the people who come there are just like different, and it's always about like the energy in between us on stage and the crowd. So that, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, because I feel like even if the same venue, like sometimes different crowds will have different reaction,
Totally.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but still, the reason I was asking, I was thinking like probably different culture, like, we probably would be more, like what you said, staring at you guys. I'm not allowed to enjoy the show.
Yeah. Who knows? I think I remember that there was this girl who told me one time at a show, which I thought was really cool. She was like, your show was so loud, so crazy. It was so freeing because I could scream as loud as I wanted and nobody could hear me.
And because you play the loudest music. If you guys are gonna open a restaurant, like what would be on the menu and what would it sound like inside?
I don't know.
It would have to have French fries.
Yeah, that's always a good idea for any restaurant. French fries.
And, and like the most coolest creative vegetarian options. So yeah.
Yeah, Szechuan.
Definitely no meat, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it would have, I don't know, crazy dishes. I would love to have a place that the menu would change all the time. I think that would be fun. I love to cook and create things all the time. So we do this thing at the pedal space called Pasta Wednesday. And I cook a different pasta every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And so it's always just fun. And it's tough to cook pasta for 15 people because it's like 3 pounds of pasta, So like cooking in a big pot, you're like, I've never done this before. So it's crazy. But it's really awesome and a fun experience to like see what giant pasta dish you can create.
And it's usually pretty good.
He said usually.
It sounds like a lot of stories behind it. Is there any like pre-routine, like before any shows you guys will give yourself, like to make yourself, like put yourself in the right head during the show?
Right before we go on stage, Sandra started this a couple of years ago. She said, have fun. So we always tell each other, have fun.
And cook pastas, huh?
Totally.
You guys play with some like countless bands together. Is there any like advices you get from like that makes you like remember till now?
Someone said that you could solder with a lighter. And so I've used that years ago, you know, so we like fixed a speaker, you know, we were driving down the road going into Canada, you know, with a lighter. I don't know.
Really?
You could solder
oh my
with a lighter.
God.
I mean, you know, even, you know, I don't know if some other band did that, but you can fix all sorts of things with things that you wouldn't think, you know, or like hold something together to make contact, or, you know, I use pieces of trees and stuff to fix guitars. And
So actually, this is your advice.
Thank you. I will remember the rest of my life.
And a piece of advice as well too is if, and I don't know if somebody told me this or I read this or something, but if something is broken, there's a reason. And so that's interesting because you can sometimes think like, oh, it must be some magical thing.
Yeah.
Nope, it's because like your cord's not plugged in, or the other cord's not plugged in, or this thing. So it's like for troubleshooting, you know something isn't connected.
Yeah.
You know, so you can start at the beginning and be like, is the first thing connected? Aha. Okay, this works. How about the second thing? Oh no, there's the problem. You know.
Oh no, it wasn't plugged into power.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's always something. So
Yeah.
you should be able to fix it.
What's the one album that give you guys like the huge impact, like that fans won't, like your audience wouldn't like think of or get surprised by?
I mean, so many albums. I don't know. Creedence Clearwater Revival or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, like a bunch of '60s records, like Roy Orbison and like all sorts of girl groups like the Shangri-Las and the Crystals and
Early hardcore punk, you know, Minor Threat, Dead Kennedys and stuff like that. You know, I don't know if people.
definitely the Ramones. But I mean that you can probably see that in some of our music. But I mean,
You guys like Sonic Youth?
hell yeah, Sonic
I'm just
Youth.
wondering if you like
yeah,
Sonic Youth.
yeah.
Seen Sonic Youth a bunch of times. Great band.
When I was a child, that was the band that I saw the most ever. So it's like, yeah, I even have a Sonic Youth tattoo.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We're very happy you guys took the time to speak with us. We're excited to see your show, and hopefully you guys come again and again and again to Shanghai, okay? All right. Thank you, guys.